This world is going straight to hell, and I am not joking when I say that. So stick with me, because I'm sure this is just going to blow your mind. So this weekend, I took my baby, took Doodlebug, my granddaughter, to this story time, right? And we go to the story time. Everyone is, she's reading and everyone's having a good time. This is 4 and 5-year-olds. So, in a little break before we start the next story, the kids were kind of talking about the story she just read. So the story was Sesame Street. Okay, so my granddaughter, who is 4, says to me, she's talking to me, make that clear. She says, Big Bird is a boy, right? I said, yes, Big Bird is a boy. She said, and I'm a girl, right? I said, yes, you are a girl. Well, the storyteller immediately runs over there and says, oh, we don't discuss gender in here. And I said, excuse me? She said, we don't discuss gender in here. And I said, what do you mean discuss? She said, we don't talk about gender at all. And I said, why? And she said, well, we don't want to be offensive to anyone. I said, let me explain something to you. I don't know about the policy that you have, and at this point, I don't care. I said, because if my granddaughter asks me a question, I'm going to answer it factually, not with my opinion, but with facts. And the facts are that Big Bird is a boy and that she is a girl. And if you don't believe me, watch this. Now, that is straight off the Sesame Street website. As you can see there, he is referred to as he. And I know damn well that my granddaughter is a girl. So I'm not sure what the problem is answering a question that a 4-year-old had. Now, like I said, keep in mind, these are 4 and 5-year-olds. And she says, well, people identify as transgender or non-binary, and we don't want to offend them. So by me stating that I am a girl, or my granddaughter is a girl, that is offensive to someone who chose to identify as something else? Please make that make sense. They are choosing to identify as something. This is something we were born as. And I'm supposed to shut up and not state facts because that is going to offend someone else? Hell fucking no. How does this make sense? If people who choose to identify as something else would like for people to understand and be accepting of them, then they have to understand that there are people who do not identify as something else. We are just who the fuck we were born as, period. And telling me that it's offensive to state that you are either a boy or a girl is insane to me, because I was born a woman, just like my granddaughter. And the crazy part is, I don't care what you choose to identify as. You can be whatever you want to be. You want to identify as a car, baby, go right ahead. Vroom, vroom. I don't care. Have fun. But the bottom line is, you are still male or female. No matter how you feel, this is just medical facts. When they look at your DNA, if your bones are dug up later, they're not going to say, oh, this person identified as a car. They're going to say you were either male or female. We have to stop this foolishness. And while we are pushing this off on our youth, like I said, 4 and 5-year-olds, I will never understand. It is okay to admit that you were born a girl. It is okay to admit that Big Bird is a boy. I will never understand what the fuck is happening here. You identify as what you choose, but we are not going to take away what the fuck people are naturally born as because someone else is going to find that offensive. If you find it offensive that I'm a female, oh fucking well. Get over it. Good day.